Hey guys, this is Garies and thank you for joining my game video channel once again. We are back in Gaia and we are doing another uni episode. Uni update, news and information. I'm bringing you quite a few nice treats in this episode, guys. A lot of changes has been made over the past couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks I believe, since the last uni episode. And for one, I just quickly wanted to show you this before we move out of the trees. We got sun rays and it actually looks cool and it looks good, and the developer has talked in his update notes about all the performance increases he made and optimization. I know I'm only getting 65 frames per second. If I take off my limiter, I'm getting 90 to 100 frames per second. So just so that you know, it's my recording software that limits me to 65 frames a second. Okay, so without further ado, other information or update news is he did a lot of optimization in the game. You can see the grass looks different, everything looks different. We actually got a nice clear day today. In the test run I had a cloudy day, but it's still the clouds also. And the cloud is a massive improvement. Okay, so let me quickly start at the beginning. I'm gonna read off my notes here. Okay, he made all around general performance and optimization, especially on the frames per second. It increases a lot on larger screens now, especially. Previously, just for example, previously on a 1080 screen, that's just normal full HD, you could get it improved from 45 to 95 frames per second, depending on what you're doing on cloudy day or so on. So that's just a general estimate. I know I got more frames per second most of the time, so that's as I said, a cloudy day and so on. So, and he also did a lot of improvements on CPU performance and path finding. So if you put a floor, for instance, let's quickly put a floor. Every time you put a floor, the game needs to calculate a path how to get onto that floor if it sends a wave of attacking animals to you. So then let's just get a place to build quickly. Here's a nice place. So now you place it. Now the game has to calculate the base route to take for the, let's say, rompos or bargacious to come attack you. So that now has changed. I just want to check something. Ooh. Okay, no issue. This is update potato 1.1. So the previous update was on potato 1.0. So this is not a major update, so it's only a minor update in that one. So this should be fixed with between major updates at least, or another update, let's say 1.2. As you will see in a second, there's a lot of bug fixes. Sorry, falling over my words again. As I said in many a video, this developer really looks at his bug fixes and so on. So really, there's no issue or so that stays there for too long. Okay, so just I wanted to mention the path finding, and also if you place a lot of prefabs too quickly, the CPU can sometimes fall behind, and he also improved that calculations a lot and the optimization regarding that. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit irritating for this one, but this you all saw previously, this was not an issue, so please don't take this as a norm of a game. The update just launched half an hour to an hour ago, so I did a bit of testing off cam, and now I'm bringing you into a new save so that we can do everything together. So also things he changed, I've mentioned this also in previous videos. Just want to get some walls, pillars. Where's pillars? There's pillars and ceilings and cabinets. This was something that irritated me quite a lot, and I've mentioned it, and I see this was now implemented in some of the fixes. Where is cabinets? Cabinet, there we go. Okay, so let me quickly show you. Previously, when you had the cabinets, the placement was very weird. So now you can, it has a better placement. So if on a 1x1, you can now have it 4 on a place. So whereas before it was funky, it was basically almost like something like this, and then if you turned it, it was there, and if you turned it again, it was somewhere here. So if you watch my previous videos, you probably would have seen that already. So that was fixed, and that's an awesome fix. I love that. Okay, so and the other one, pillars quickly. I mentioned that, oh, he did the pillar implementation of the green lights as well. Awesome. The guiding, I don't know what you call this, building guides. Oh wow, great. So there's a lot of improvements that I probably just misread for some reason. I know the past 2 weeks I've been busy with a lot of things, so that could be my fault. Sorry for that, guys, and sorry for the developer if I missed that update. Walls. I don't mind what wall it is, I just want a wall and a ceiling. Where is the ceilings? Okay, and then ceiling light. Remember how the ceiling light was placed weirdly? Now it's much better. It's placed in the middle of the ceiling, so that is major improvements. Okay, so that is the building covered. So the building is improving little by little on each release, and I'm sure by the time the developer launches the game, there will be a lot of fixes. Oh dear, I'll get to that just now. Okay, so then other reworks that the developer did is he worked on the hair of Amanda on the grass. I already showed you that, the terrain, the grass and the trees and so on. So one thing, when you looked at the water, you got a frame rate drop, and then when you looked at the land, the game still rendered the water that's behind the land. All games work like that, so it's not nothing to do with this developer or something is doing wrong or right. But the thing is, the game thought you were looking still at water and the terrain, so he fixed that so that the game only renders the terrain. So even if you get a frame rate drop looking at the water, it will increase when you look at normal terrain. Also, on that point, if you go to your options menu and on graphics options, you now have an option to turn legacy clouds on or off, or water reflection on or off, and this does give quite a frame per second increase. So if you have a lower end computer, just switch that on or off, on for the legacy clouds, off for water reflection, and you will have a increase of frames per second. So that is that. So quick bugs that he fixed. But zoom level, sometimes when you zoomed in, I complained about this as well. Oh, the gun is now holstered as well. Once you aim, it brings out, or you can just shoot and it brings out as well. Okay, so usually when you zoomed in, I believe it was in third person, the circles at the bottom left, it made it duplicated and it moved in and out with a zoom, the duplication. So that was weird. That is now fixed. Another fix regarding that specifically is underwater. When you go underwater, not H, Z, these circles would go away. It would fade out and in, and there sometimes there comes in, sometimes there doesn't come in. So I'm not sure when or wrong button. Okay, it seems like when it's surface diving, but you can just go out of the water and that should be gone. Okay, and now that was a hard zoom. The visible, I can't say that I noticed it. Sometimes these circles at the bottom left also rendered behind buildings or structures or something like that, and then it was not possible to see them. As I said, I can't remember seeing that, but yeah, that was fixed. So awesome that that was also picked up, probably by one of our other testers. Then lights in the ceiling, light place. Why didn't it place? Okay, but you saw where it came. In any case, there was a bug with opening multiple inventories. So if you open an inventory, it will open multiple times, and if you click maybe on a cabinet or something, it will open that one as well behind each other. So that was fixed. Prefabs had a slight reflection and had a slight bluish hue to it, or tint, depending on how you look at it, and that was because of the sky reflecting, and you can still see the sun rays here. Oh, that is awesome. Look at, now it's gone around here. If you look a bit, there it comes back into view and it moves. That's really good. Nice graphics there. Even some of these AAA titles can't manage to do that properly, so kudos to the developer for that one. And then I believe the other one is when you were in third person view, you would go through the structure if you move the camera like this. Now the camera would force you to go past the object. So let's say in a PvP situation, I know the game doesn't have a PvP mode, but just for instance, you could have spied into the base, which you can't do anymore now. Oh, that could be why the ceilings or the floors is going crazy. It seems there's water here. Oh, doesn't matter. Okay, so then the last awesome part. I'm showing this last because there's still a slight issue with this. I saw there's one as well. I didn't notice it earlier. There and there. This is entrances to a cave system. So what you do, you walk up to it and you press enter to enter the cave area. So you're inside the cave. You can enter to exit it again. You must just be very careful. You get lost inside here quite quickly. And unfortunately you can't build yet, and the caves is still just empty spaces. It's quite large. I'll quickly show you. Already lost. I found the large area earlier. Ooh. Okay, so this is just to show what is coming. So there's different packages still being developed by the developer. He is changing the game, expanding the game, and improving the game by massive amounts, and also optimizing it. As I said earlier, some of the bigger games can't even manage to do that properly. Unfortunately, one of the bigger games I'm playing as well at the moment can't do that. Okay, now I can't find the bigger space. But yeah, so that is why I left this till the end. But it's good. It's a nice space. I'm not sure what we will be doing here, but as I said, the developer is still combining packages and so on that the community can vote on again what we can do here. I'm feeling you can maybe have some caves that has mining aspects, some caves that has a building opportunities in them, or exploration or something like that. I believe that is could be awesome. And yeah, so this is a update of this, of the content of this uni episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry, I believe it's now quite dark in here, so let's switch on the light. Why does the light switch on? I'm missing something again. Just checking the lights. Where's the light? Switch between items. Okay, maybe. Yeah. Oh, just something else that's the developer already knows about another bug is if you place a floor on a grass, usually the grass will go away. But in this latest update, since he did a lot of work on the grass and so on with optimization, it seems like the grass doesn't disappear at the moment, but he will work on that. But yes, so also he did a lot of optimization, especially for 4K screens. So there's that. So if you guys that has 4K screens would be glad to know that you will be able to run this at full 4K resolution, better performance, and yes, better everything. So as you can see, I'm lost completely. So yes, I would really recommend that the developer make some way of navigating these tunnels. Maybe place torches, have a possibility to place torches to like a breadcrumb to get your way back out. I couldn't exit the previous time, and again I believe I'm not going to be able to exit this time as well. So anyways, without further ado guys, thank you for joining me in this update and news and information video. Please feel free to ask questions in the discussions below or comments area. I know the developer will also be glad to answer it if he sees it, and I will also definitely answer as much as I can. If I can't and I see the developer didn't reply to it, I would point him to the comment or so. And you can also check out the forum of Gaia and the website of Gaia. Links is in the description. You can feel free to join the forum pages and discussions there. And you will also see the full list of updates and all the glitches and bugs and all those updates. I'm just doing a quick basic summary of everything, the most important things basically, and the biggest things. There's a bunch of other small things that also happens, so don't think that's the only thing that happens. The developer is really active on this game. He doesn't have a full team behind him, so the going is still slow. So please support him by liking and following him on Steam, and keep an eye out for when he starts a Kickstarter campaign. That is happening in February, I believe, if I remember correctly now. So feel free to go support him there and just show your support. I know even if you don't support him physically on Kickstarter, any support at all usually assists and gives you motivation to continue a project or any game like this. Basically, this is a major attempt at something. If it's your first game especially, I know I don't think I will be able to do something like this again. Maybe someday if I do a lot more programming, but yeah, so he learned his programming, so give him his support and let's get an awesome game at the end of the day, guys. So that's enough of me. Check the description for links and all social media links and forum links and all that. And please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and give a dislike if you'd like. And please tell me what you disliked so that I can work on content or on my future content so that it's enjoyable for everyone. So without further ado guys, I will see you in the next one. Cheers.